Question 1366. Would you ever cheat to help your children get on in life?
Depends what you mean by cheat.
I mean, cheat.
I'd want to pay a bribe to some guy for a college admission.
For example, is a good example.
What? What did you say?
That's a good example.
When it comes to education, no.
That example I wouldn't do, no.
No.
Would you? Are there things you would do that would be considered cheating?
Maybe breaking the rules in the soapbox derby that run over in Tandragee, so we come first.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Right, but I wouldn't help her cheating her education.
Julie says, is jail time involved? In theory, not. Brainbug says, I mean, I've stayed up too late working on my kids' homework alone. Why are you working on their homework? And Leary says, nope, they're on their own. Yeeted.
Might I do something that I might otherwise find ethically dubious to maybe help them get a job or something?
Yeah,
possibly.
Would you call in that favour from a friend?
I wouldn't be above that because it happens so fucking many places anyway, you know. So,
would you consider that cheating though, Dave? If you asked a friend to help you out, you know?
Yes.
No, that's.
I think within the context here, it's they are not getting on their own abilities. I don't consider it unethical, but I would consider it cheating. You know, the problem is that the asking a mate. It escalates up very quickly to nepotism.
I just can't see what would be so important that you would need to sacrifice your values for having it, doing it, winning it, whatever.
I'm involved in the soapbox derby.
Unless it's well, okay. Would should you say covering up a criminal acts that your kids did?
Yes, potentially
part of this. So that might be an example to go with.
That's quite a good
one. I would again, it would depend very much upon what the criminal act was and the circumstances behind it. To me, I think.
2 secs. David Melbourne says, "By cheat, do you mean have sex with a really wealthy woman behind my partner's back?" That might be relevant. If that, what if that got your child into that new school? Julie says, my parents helped me with projects in elementary school. I remember waking up on the floor of the dining room and my model of Churchill Downs was remarkably finished. And Julie says she'd do that.
It's a miracle.
Yes.
The fairies.
Perhaps you did it in your sleep.
It was
Never
the
again
fairies.
says, what?
It was the model fairies.
And the model fairies.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing you never do is cheat on something like that and then tell them that that you did it because you prayed to Jesus. It's the one thing you don't fucking do.
There are people that do that, I'm sure.
I'm damn certain there are.
Like that. It's like, oh, who did that? Oh, the fucking fairies must have done it. All right. Thanks, Muller.
Well, those protesters had God on their side. They were pretty sure that God was going to make sure that they took over the Capitol.
God helped them out good there, didn't he?
Yeah. Good job, God.
Nerdy Road. Oh, Never Again says, no frame of reference to this question, and I highly doubt I would if I had children. Nerdy says, do I have to cheat? Can't I just tell them first? You can tell the kids you're cheating for them. Never Again says, I'd fight for them, but probably not cheat. African Humanist, it's would you... I've lost the question. Would you cheat to help your children get on in life? I mean, I think Jeff's onto a thing here, lying to keep them out of trouble. When you know they do, you know they stole something from a shop, and you know that that shop is gonna they stole a magazine, and it's from Tesco, who always prosecutes on principle. And you can take them home and you can bollock them and you can punish them for it, but you wouldn't turn them in.
For that. I could punish them for that, and I don't know what I'd do with the magazine. Depends on what kind of magazine it was.
I don't know what you're implying.
I am not implying anything. You just read into that what you want to read into it.
Nerdy says, you can do the whole she's not better looking than you, I'm only doing it for the money speech. I'm assuming that was to Thingy's sleeping with a very, very pretty woman. Ricardo says, no kids, but in a hypothetical scenario, maybe parenthood has the ability to fuck up one's mind. Parenthood completely fucks your mind. Is
No idea what you're talking about.
David Melbourne says, cheaters always win. The African humanist says, absolutely I would cheat.
Well, there's that old saying, isn't there? If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Not pushing the boundaries. Never Again says, our county sheriff and his wife tried it and got caught, and it was reversed and hushed up. Hushed? Hushed? I can't say that word anymore.
Hush.
I could encourage that. I could encourage a kid to cheat and just try and tell them what you're doing is showing initiative.
In the wrong direction.
It's only cheating if you get caught.
No, it's still cheating.
No, if you don't get caught, it doesn't count.
Gary says, I'd like to say no, I wouldn't, but I guess we all bend a few rules based upon our own judgments.
What's Port Granny gonna answer in the chat? Like, I'd be interested to see her answer. Did she ever bend the rules for me?
She certainly didn't dob you in.
Yes.
How many times were you arrested?
Just once.
Just once.
I don't think I was arrested as in the turned up. I sort of walked in, you know. Yeah. Shut up, David.
David Melbourne from Michigan says, if it was Guitar World magazine, I could justify it. But if it was Christianity Today, I say, let Tesco prosecute.
I'd let Tesco prosecute after I've rolled the magazine up as tight as I can and belted them around the fucking head with it first.
Julie says, my parents would have marched me to the store to return anything I've stolen. I agree with that approach, even if you think the store would be heavy-handed in their response.
Port Granny stormed me back to the fucking shop for robbing stuff. Fucking bitch.
But were you expecting the shop to prosecute you, given that you returned it?
I don't know whether she did or didn't. She was a scare tactic woman. She took me to the orphanage and told me to get out before when you don't do what you're told. She didn't do shit.
Fair enough. Julie says, I love your top, I'm atheist.
I'm a little uncomfortable with how casually everybody is taking the concept of cheating.
In what sense?
It wasn't part of my upbringing. We didn't do that. I didn't skip out of a school day.
He specifically said at the very start that it was a hypothetical situation.
Port Granny says, God, I was cruel.
A wee bit.
Gary says, it's like asking, is it wrong to steal a loaf of bread to feed your family? So you don't think there are any circumstances that you would try and help you wouldn't, I mean, for example, the other example I gave, which is you wouldn't ask your mate to give your kid a job.
That's not cheating.
Yeah, I don't think that's cheating.
That is cheating. It's
No,
nepotism.
no.
It's not.
No.
Cheating to me means you're going to get something anyway. You were trying to get, and you did
to be
something
fair,
to speed the process up or help the process along.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
To be fair,
that's called a family business.
to be fair, that's you only think of that as cheating if you're naive enough to think the system's a meritocracy in the first place, anyway. But
Stop trying to ruin my illusions of society.
Don't forget to answer the question this time yourself, Dave.
The chat doesn't agree.
are you telling me that I'm ruining your illusions of society being a meritocracy? Have you seen who the fucking president of America's been for the last 4 years?
Have you seen our prime minister?
Exactly.
There you go. Julie's in agreement with us. Asking a friend to give your kid a chance is not cheating.
No, not asking your friend to give your kid a chance at a job.
The failures
Asking your
of
friend.
others. The failures of others are not the model for myself.
So there's nothing, you don't think there's anything you would do for your kids that you would consider potentially unethical to help them get on in life?
I am not a parent. I have not raised any children.
No, but assuming that's why it's a hypothetical.
Hypothetical or not, I haven't raised any kids. I don't know what kind of situations can occur. But I, at this point, cannot visualize how I would ever come to that as an okay thing to do. I would hope that I'd raise my child in such a fashion that we would not have to do that.
Anything to do with their education or anything important like that, there, I would step back. As I said, the soapbox derby or something like that, that's a bit of fun, you know.
No, I would definitely not cheat at a soapbox or the whole concept.
I'm involved. I want to win too. I'm
the child to develop the skills themselves to build one well enough to win. Why would I want to cheat? Thereby completely fucking up the lesson that they're there to learn.
No, this is for me. This is mainly for me. Don't worry about Elena. I stood in the rain for 10 minutes the other fucking day because she wouldn't walk down a step because it was dark. Don't worry. She'd be all right. Like
Sarah.
I've been in the soapbox derby situation, and I was asked to custom make certain axle and hub parts because I could make them down to 10,000th of an inch tolerances and stuff like that. And I know that's against the rules, so I just wouldn't do it.
Right, we have to corrupt this woman. We have to.
Wait, who are we corrupting?
Jenny.
I mean, she's already a pervert, so she's already corrupted in some ways. No offense, Jenny. Being a pervert's fine.
I love the way you went to say it, then you thought about it, and then you were like, "Fuck it, I'm saying it."
Yeah, it's like, fuck this shit. Let's go with it. And as to whether or not I would help my cheat to get my spawn or children or however you want to say it ahead, I'm gonna say no because fuck them. Let them do their own shit.
Yeah.
But there's also the fact that my thing is it's not cheating unless you get caught. So
Hello.
read into that what you will.
Cadence is at the aquarium.
I am.
You are. How are you doing? That good.
Oh yeah.
Work meetings are fantastic, aren't they?
Work meetings and work.
Yes, we're on a question. I couldn't tell you the question. Would you cheat to help your children get on in life? It's a hypothetical.
I don't have kids, but probably so, yes.
See, that's how it's done, Jenny. We can't corrupt her. We can't persuade her that she would cheat.
But she has no kids.
Blown away. I'm just blown away. I have never cheated on a test. Ever. I have never cheated on a homework assignment. I just
Poor Granny got me that job that I worked at for fucking nearly 25 years, and I worked my way up myself from the very bottom to a fucking manager status. Now, she didn't get me the career path. She didn't do that work for me. She got me the job at 14, and I did the rest myself.
Well, and that's fine. I have no problem with getting a job. That's not cheating. That's nepotism or family business. That's
no, it's not a family business. Julie says, I don't have kids. If I did and they hurt someone else, I would absolutely turn them in. If they wanted me to do their homework, no. Help with projects is also a learning experience.
I would be happy to teach them the techniques that they need to learn to do a project here or there, or whatever they're assigned and stuff, but do it for them? No.
Chad says, as a hypothetical, I can't. I have to live with myself every day, and I can't harm someone else in good conscience. How are you harming them, someone else? I mean, there are some circumstances you would be, but in general, you're not. And this is why I use cheat rather than massively, it's something minor.
I'm guessing they mean like harm someone as in you're taking the opportunity away from the others if you get your kid like a job or something like that.
It's possible. Donna Pitt says, how about this? I'm sure as hell would try not to cheat. I'm in Jenny's camp. I used to be proud. I never cheated on tests while others around me did. So you're saying, right, on a racetrack, your kid is in the lead and they come into the pits And the person that's in that's in second place, that's about to win, and they've got their tyre guy. You wouldn't trip him up as he went to the car to do it.
Oh God, no.
I wouldn't trip him up, but if he fell, I wouldn't help him up again.
That tire guy has spent his this is all amateur racing we're talking, has spent his hobby life learning how to do that with the most efficiency and the best way he possibly can to take as little time as possible. And I'm going to go fuck him up purposely
to help your kid win.
No, I wouldn't trip him up.
No.
No. I would build the best soapbox ever. I wouldn't. And if he fell, I probably wouldn't help him. And if he fell, I wouldn't help him back up again.
Is best ever in quotation marks, by the way?
Yes.
Julie says, fuck, I've cheated on tests, but only when the teacher did not do their job. It was literally one. Oh, that's my image of Julie destroyed.
I like the way
She's
Julie
a bad person.
I never cheated on tests. I usually got people who cheated off my paper, though.
I like the way Julie worded that, right? She says, I've cheated on tests, plural, not a test. And then at the end, it was like, no, just the one.
I like that, Chad. Dave, I love you, but you're a fucking monster.
Dave is just exposing how morally bankrupt we all are. That's all it is.
Never Again says, yep, I'd be happy to teach or learn it with them, but this is in an ideal hypothetical world. But if I wanted them, I'd have them. No. Losing is a good lesson, Math Pig.
It is.
Says Doorknob Head.
Yes, it is.
Chad says, to cheat means to give an unfair advantage. Wrong is wrong, scale is irrelevant. Julie says, I can say my mum entered me into a speech contest I didn't know about and wrote the speech for me. I found out the night before that I was competing. That was not cool. Did you do it?
I have to say, poor Granny, as cruel as I've mentioned her, she did. And when I had problems with my English teacher, she went into the English teacher and ripped fucking that woman a new. Oh, it was fantastic.
Look at all the fuck wagons in public life that have never been held accountable and have their poppers use big wads of money to have their hack life dirt bags with nice shoes. Yes, that's why I say that getting your friend to give someone a job is potentially the start of a very slippery slope.
I'm a good guy. Fuck you.
David Melbourne says, I distracted a baby while my son stole his candy. My son is 26. This was only last week.
Yeah, you help your kid get a job at 15. Before you know it, he's the next Hitler.
See how that works. I told the story on online before. When I was a kid, oh God, it was definitely under 10. I think I was probably around 7 or 8. I stole a candy bar from the local grocery store. We moved out of that neighborhood. 30 years later, I found out that the family who owned that business still owned that business. It had moved location, but it was still the same people, same family, same small format grocery store. I went there and I paid them for the candy bar I stole in today's money.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been very good to pay it in that then's money.
Well, exactly. It would have been a nickel. But I'm sorry, that's just kind of the ethics I have.
I think Doorknob Head's right. Jenny's a fucking hero.
No, I talk dirty and think bad.
You see, I have questions about other stories Jenny's told, but I don't want to bring them up now.
Not appropriate.
Julie says, I've gotten all my own jobs, but my dad did give me his old car so I could get to said jobs. I mean, this is where you have the cheating built into the system. There's obviously the parents that can buy their kids cars to get to better jobs that are further away. is a type of cheating within the
Well,
society we live. It's not. No, it's.
I have to get my own
depends on
car.
where you think. Well, you think of that as cheating. I don't know if I'd call it necessarily cheating. Is it a level playing field? Of course not. It's not a level playing field if you want to look at it in that respect. But
My point is you are giving your child an advantage that other children do not have.
Well, I had to buy my own first car. And
judging
my own first insurance.
by this group, they would have that because you're all a bunch of cheaters.
Pork Granny says, what you call cheating, I call a hands up.
Well, as I say, Dave, you know this. I was banned from driving before I got my fucking license, right? So between my car and my first year's insurance, it was about $6,000. Now I had to pay that myself, but she did pay my first 6 months tax on the car. That was her contribution.
Yeah,
But that's not cheating.
No,
Gary makes a very interesting point.
she made me pay big money.
Privileged people have less need to cheat. Is that surely the privileged might be an alternative
they probably
word for
are contradictory though. They probably are the biggest cheaters.
Right. Should we go to the next question? I think we've proven that Jenny is ethically, in terms of kids, in a much better situation than us.
Jenny is too pure.
No, I am not pure. I will.
I meant in this sense, darling.
No, I will fuck you up if I have to. But cheating and lying, I just don't do. I just don't do it.
Manda, what's your answer before we move on? Would you cheat to help your children get on in life?
Have you?
But I wouldn't tell him.
You wouldn't tell him?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't want him to know or anything, but I would do anything for him, so.
This is how you can tell who's had kids.
Yeah, but he's 16 now, so there's bound to be a story there. Is there, any examples?
Have you, Dave?
You had to come back and say
I
that.
What?
Yeah, I would, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong.
You can tell the difference between those of us who have kids. Because, you do anything for them. So.
There are things I would do and things I wouldn't do, but I would definitely cross lines that I wouldn't cross for other people. Is the better way to put it. Dawn Uphead says, I would do anything for my kids. See, parents are dangerous. I knew it. You've never watched a documentary with a cornered mother and a cub? If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.